mentally fit, and you're on with the Dark Prophet. So today, the title of my conversation is the Market March. The Market March was a protest that took place 5 years ago, and it was a protest whereby women who were tired of being harassed in Yaba market, who were tired of being called names, or who were tired of being grouped, organized themselves, and they went to go protest in Yaba market. Their agenda is they wanted those men there to know that it was not okay to touch a woman, it was not okay to grope a woman, it was not okay to make women feel uncomfortable when they come to Yaba to buy whatever they are buying, And so they went for the protest with their placards. There was lots of shouting, "Don't touch us, we are not prostitutes, we don't want to buy what you are selling, leave us alone." And then the men that saw these placards felt insulted, at least some of them, and they started charging at the women and calling them names and throwing them pure water, And then, but they had police in their midst, so no matter how heated the conversation got or the altercation got, nobody was injured and everything was resolved, based on my research, So I decided to talk about this incident because I think there are some things that women should know, or if they want to go about this, there are some tips that they should pay attention to. You see, this kind of thing has happened to me when I was much younger, when I was like, I think 12 years old. I went to Yaba market with my mom to go get something, and then they were dragging her and calling her names. So it has happened to my mom, But what I want to do is really talk about this incident, or what women can do to stop this kind of maybe sexual abuse, First of all, let's get to one major problem I've seen in this day, and that problem is men and women don't know how to communicate with each other. I've realized that men and women don't know how to communicate with each other. A man feels that he has to be authoritative and demanding to get his girlfriend or wife to do whatever he wants, and then sometimes women feel they have to be demanding and nagging to get what they want from the men, But it takes, for what I want women to understand, I want them to look at old couples, like couples who have been married for like 30 years, 40 years. You will realize that there is a way the wife communicates with the husband to get him to do what she wants exactly. Look at it. There's a way they communicate. And what I want ladies to know is that when you are communicating with a man, you have to be strategic. It is one thing to communicate to the man, then it's another thing to get him to do what you want exactly. And getting him to do what you want, being confrontational will not do it. You have to be strategic. You have to know how you're going to go about it. And I don't mean being manipulative. You have to know when it's the right time to ask for it. You have to know what will be his objections and how you can go around his objections to get him to do that thing that you want. You see, this issue of harassment in Yaba market, right? I think what these people did, it was nice, but I don't think it was the best approach. You see, they have to ask themselves, what is at the heart of this harassment? What is behind this harassment that they feel, that these men melt out to them? What is behind it? And one thing you have to know is the men at this Yaba market, they are not doing it because they hate women. Some of them are doing it because they want to sell market, which is obvious, they want to sell market. Then some of them are doing it because it's a way to get a woman's attention. Somehow being a man and seeing a beautiful lady, you may want to drag her, hold her, just to get her attention. Not necessarily because you want to sell something, but just because let her see you, let her notice me. Maybe she can be one of my girlfriends, or she can be my wife, or she can be someone that I can get intimate with, someone that may like me, And then the third reason is that some of them do it for fun. It's like a fun game. Oh, let me touch her. Or the lady say don't touch you, you touch her. The next kind of thing is a fun game. So one way women can deal with this issue is, first, they have to let the men know that their behavior is not acceptable. And one way to do it is that they have to let the men know what are the consequences of this behavior. what effect does their behavior, that behavior they exhibit, what does it have on women? You know, that behavior makes women feel insulted. It makes women feel unappreciated. It makes women feel threatened, you know. And we also have to see the societal factors that play a game here. You know, it's not just go and protest and shout at them and come back. No. We in Nigeria, we have a system here where we don't value women for their intellectual prowess. We don't value women based on that. We value women and we notice women and we reward women for having the biggest ass or having the biggest breast. That's what we see. Go and check music videos. The women that get our attention are usually cute. They have a big backside or big front side or something. So the ones like that. So we don't value women for their intellectual prowess or even acknowledge the contribution they make in our society. You know, so when you have that kind of society which you have, it is now commonplace for men to disregard women, you know, and that's why we expect a woman to go with our program. And the moment a woman does not go with our program, she becomes a bitch. She becomes, oh, this nagging babe, this annoying girl. You understand? Because she's not down with the program. So they have to get at the root cause of this. They have to let men know the consequences of their behavior, what effect this behavior they are melting out, what effect it has. They have to let men know that how would they feel if their sister gets groped, if their sister is the one that someone is calling prostitute, if their sister is the one that someone is smacking their ass if they are going to go and buy maybe trousers or something, you know. Another thing these women have to do, because this thing is a longitudinal thing. It's not something you just do once and go and protest and they write in the newspaper and it's okay. You know, no, it takes a process because these men we have been socialized to see women as sex objects. So for us to now see women as equals and respect women who say don't want to be touched, it requires a long-term approach. You know, so it's not something of, oh, let's rush to the market and go and protest and say men are bad and women are innocent and we don't want you to touch us again. And we have to also understand is one way to get a man to listen to what he is saying is by having another man talk to him. When a woman is talking to us, you know, we can start getting defensive. We don't want to hear it. But when another man is talking to us, the commonality that we are men, you will at least give him an ear. Another man can speak for the challenges that these women are facing, yes, and it will be effective. You know, another man can speak, and then the other man will listen. Like, okay, really, this is what's happening. So it's a longitudinal thing because if you go out today, women are still being harassed there. So if you want to stop it, it's something that requires a long process. And that process requires that you have to talk to men over and over and over and over and over again till they start seeing it, till they start checking this their behavior, till they start examining themselves. Oh, why am I doing this? Oh, this thing is not good. Oh, it's affecting women. How will I feel if my sister do something like this? This approach of having women go and protest and shout at men, oh, stop touching us, and we don't want your filthy fingers on us, it only provokes confrontation. And men are people who have to rise up to challenge. We have been taught to rise up to any challenge. So women going to go and protest that don't touch us with your filthy hands, what we are saying is a challenge, and we have to rise up to it. And we have to rise up to it by shouting at them to shut up, calling them prostitutes, calling them this, doing that. You understand? So the major point I'm trying to get across here is, if you want to stop sexual harassment in the marketplace, we have to be strategic about